Hello students, we will continue our discussion with respect to file handling in Python. We will be mainly concentrating on text files. As you remember in the last session, we have created a new file. Now today we will be seeing operations regarding reading the data in the file and performing some operations on it. Let's go back to our program which we will be discussing today. As you can see the screen, this is a small snippet of code wherein I am reading some data from a text file. As you already know, what are the three operations in a text file handling in Python? That is to open the file, we will get a file handle, and using the file handle we have to perform some operations, that is read or write, whatever you want. After completing the operations, you can just go ahead and close the file. Today we will be reading the contents of a file called mynewfile.txt, and I have opened it as you are seeing on the screen. I have opened it in read mode. Read mode will help me to open the file only in read mode, and I will not be able to perform any other operations on the file. And I am having another function, read function, which I am invoking on the file handle. As you can see, my file read is the file handle, and I am calling a function on the file handle. The read function is without any parameters here, which will ensure that all the data in my file will be copied into this file data variable. Once more, read function will ensure that all the data in the file will be copied into the file data variable. And here there's an important point to remember. The read function, any function will have some return type, right? So this read function's return type is string. So this file data will be a string variable. After performing this operation, I am closing the file over here, and as you can see, my last statement in this Python file is to print the file data whichever I have read from the file, and I am also printing the length of this file data. So I will just show you the contents of the file mynewfile.txt. See, this is my new file.txt, which has 3 lines in it. India is my country, and then a blank line, and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. Now I will go ahead and run this program and then see how it behaves. I have run this program. As you can see in the console, the 3 lines are printed here. The first one being India is my country, then a blank line, and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. See, it's a very simple program. I have just read from the file. Now we can perform many other functions based on this variable. Now let us see another program. It's the same thing. We will be using the read function here, and we will be also be iterating over each and every character of the contents which we have read from the text file. Here, the first being the open statement, the second being the read function. Read function, what it will do, it will read all the contents into the file data, and I am iterating through each and every character using a for loop. For loop is usually used for iteration. So we will be having a for loop over here for I in file data. What am I doing here? I am just converting each and every character to uppercase and then printing it. You already know what end function does. It replaces the new line. It replaces the new line, and then it will whatever character which I supply over here will be in place of new line. So after running this piece of code, I have got the output as this one. See here, it is just a translation of whatever character by character we have read from the text file, and then it upper function is applied on each and every character, and it is printed in this manner. So this using this way, using iteration, you can perform many operations regarding file handling. As we have seen in the last program, we had iterated over each and every character of a string variable. The string variable, we have initialized it with values from the entire text file, and then we have iterated over each and every character and printed it in each character in uppercase. Today we will be using the same logic to find out the number of vowels and consonant in a file. We have a text file and our aim is to count the number of vowels and also count the number of consonants in it. For this operation, I have defined a list variable, that is vowels, which will contain all the known vowels, and I also require two variables which will store my count of vowels and count of consonant. Initially I have initialized these variables as 0. After performing these operations, I am opening my file which I want to read from. I have opened it in read mode. Using the read function on the file handle, I am dumping all the data, whatever is available in the text file, into file data variable. Remember that file data is a string variable because the return type of read is string. After performing this operation, I am done with my file. I am closing this file. Now comes the iteration part. I have to perform some checking on each and every character, whether to determine whether it's a vowel or consonant. So for sure, I need a for loop for that. For I in file data, here I will be each and every character in my file. If I is in vowels, that it is a membership operation I am performing here. I am checking whether the character will fall in vowels. If it falls in vowels, I am just incrementing the vowel count. If it is not falling in vowel, I am just incrementing the consonant count. The later part is to print the vowel and consonant. As you can see, my current text file, it contains vowel count 14 and consonant count as 55. Hope you understood this simple program. Yeah, our next program will be to display the words in the text file. Before jumping into the code, I will try to explain you two important functions which I will be using in this program. The first one is split and second one is strip. So let us look into what split and strip is. First, let me define a string here. String 1 is equal to hello, hi, and Robert. So this is here I have defined a string variable str1 which is of the which has some text in it, and all this as you can see, this text hello, hi, and Robert have been separated using semicolon. So here what split function does, I will first explain what split function is. Split function splits the string and converts into a list of words on the basis of the split character which we supply. For example, if I call the split function on this string with a semicolon as a split character, it will provide me a list of words which is splitted based on the semicolon character. See here, as you can see, the string is now converted into what? Into a list. And how it got converted into a list? It split the entire string on the basis of the split character which I have supplied. Now imagine if I don't provide any split character, then what happens? The splitting will be performed on the basis of white space characters. What are your white space character? Anything which is of the format spaces, slash and slash return, carriage return, and everything form your white space character. Let us see another example of it. If I have my string as hello, hi, and 2-3 spaces Robert, see here, if I am invoking the split function without anything, any parameters or any arguments to the function, then what happens is it will give me a list on the basis of splitting, which has split on the basis of the white space character. White space character here, it is the space, okay, tab, whatever you press in your keyboard. So that is considered as a splitting character, and then it is split accordingly. Okay, Now I will explain you another function, which is stripping. Stripping, what it does, stripping, it will remove characters which is mentioned inside the strip parenthesis. So let's see how strip performs. I am having a string here, hello, this is a test class, and I am having some star over here. Okay, so now my intention is to remove the star which is at the end of the string. So strip provides me with three functions: left strip, right strip, and strip. Left strip means stripping any character from the starting of the line, and R strip is stripping any character from the end of the line, and strip is it will perform both L strip and R strip. It will perform it will remove the characters from the start as well as from the end of the line. Now if I am using R strip here and I am providing the character star, what it does is it will remove this star which is in the end of the line. That is, it will trim off the character which you have mentioned in the parenthesis. Okay, now if I do not supply anything over here, what it will do? In this example, I am not providing any character inside the parenthesis, so it will strip the white space characters. White space character, that is slash and spaces and carriage return, anything which will fall under the category of white space characters. See here, all the spaces got deleted. Similarly, we have L strip also. L strip, it's nothing but it will strip characters from the beginning of the statement. If I am applying L strip and I am not providing any value in my parenthesis, then what it does is it will trim off the characters, white space character, from the start of the string. See the it will not trim the characters which is in the end of the string, only the left hand side of the string. Now for example, if I run this code once more and I will use the strip function, it will remove from both trailing and starting white space characters. Hope you are clear with these two functions which we will be using in this program. So now coming back to our problem statement, our problem statement is to read a file and convert the contents of the file into words. So first, for that purpose, I will open the file in read mode, and then I will use the read function to read all the data into my file data variable. Now imagine file data is a string, okay, string of characters. So here I am using the split function. Why am I using the split function here? I want to divide the whole text into words. So the split function, what it does, when I do not supply any character, the entire text will be split on the basis of white space characters. So this list lines will be a list of words. So now we have split the entire file into words. I will just show you the text file. This was my text file, and now what has happened after this performing this split operation, I have now split this entire text file on the basis of white space character, and I have got words like India, is, my, country. As you can see, the first line of the output, this is the output which is corresponding to this line. The list lines I have just printed to show you how the split function works. Here I have got a list of words. Now see carefully, my text file had some extra characters like dot. So this dot got appended to, while splitting, it got appended with this word country, and also the sisters also has this dot appended to it. Now we can use another useful function, strip, to remove these extra dot characters from the word list. So for this, what I should be doing, I should iterate over each and element of this list, and if there is any additional character like dot in the end, I will just remove the character. So for that reason, I have written this piece of code. For I in range, that is, I have defined range for specifying the index of each and element of the list. So what am I doing here? I am overwriting the each element of a list. How am I overwriting each element of a list? If the element contains a dot in the end, I am just removing the dot and then just putting in the same location. So the location of the elements won't change, it will be as such, but the only benefit out of it is now I will get a very neat and clean data. India is my country, and all the dot or any other characters now it is removed. So always concentrate on one point. Whenever you have to write a logic, then you should see which all functions will help you in writing the logic. Thank you. Now we will see how to print using readline functions. As you already know, there are three kinds of functions which will help us to read data from the text file. The first one, read function. The second one, read line. And the third one, read lines. Today we will see how read line performs. The first statement of this Python file is to open the file in a read mode. Then see, read line will only read one line at a time. So in order to print all the lines, we need some kind of loops for that. We will be using while loop for the same. So here, in order to enter the while loop, initially we have to declare a variable. I have declared a variable line which will hold some value. Here it holds a character, a space character. So this will help us to enter the loop initially. So while line will evaluate to true. So this condition is true, hence it will be, the loop will be entered. The first line inside the loop is to read a line from the text file. So now the line variable will have the first line from the text file. Now I am going ahead and printing the line. Here you can see that I have used a function called strip to remove extra white space characters before printing it. Why this is essential, I will just tell you. If I do not have this function, what will happen? You can just see. Now try to print it. There's an extra space, extra new line which is added here. This new line is being added by this print statement, because line already, after the first line there is a new line character. When print functions print a line which has already have a new line character, an extra line will be a new line will be printed. So in order to strip off that extra new line, I have added a strip function here, line dot strip. It will ensure that no extra new line appears in the output. Now if I run it, I do not have any extra new line characters in my output. This is pretty straightforward. After performing these operations, I will close the file. Hope you all understood how to read a line using read line. Here the only difference is we should have a loop call. You will use the while loop here for printing as many lines as there are in the text file. Now let us continue with read lines function. Let's see how read lines perform. In this example, we are opening a file in read mode, and I'm having read lines. I'm using the read line functions to read the data from the file to Python. here I'm having a variable. I have supplied a I have created a variable which will hold the output from the read lines read lines function. The read lines return type of read lines function is list, so it will supply me a list of the lines which is available in the text file. The return type of read function was string, and read line is also string, but the return type of read lines is list. So if I print the lines here, let us see what happens. See here, as you can see, the first line of the output, it has all the three lines. The first line being India is my country, the second being a blank line, and the third being the all Indians are my brothers and sisters. As you can see, slash n is also a string character, so it is also displayed along with the contents of the first line. If I want to print it line by line, I have to do the same thing. I need an for iteration, I need a for loop, and in this for loop I will iterate over each and every element of the list here. Because lines is a list, I am iterating over each and every element of a list. So this is my output here. The logic which I have used, the strip, it's the same, which it's because it's used for removing the additional new line which appears in the output as a result of this print statement. Okay, I hope it is clear now. We'll be seeing a simple program on how to calculate the number of bytes in a file, that is the length of a text file. So I'll be using the same text files which I have used in my previous session. That this is the text file. Now we will just count the count the number of characters or number of bytes in the file. If we count the number of characters or bytes in the file, it is equivalent to the length of the file. So this is a very simple program. I am having a variable in order to store the total size of the file, and I'm opening it in the read mode. After opening it in the read mode, I am using the read function to put all the data into my string variable file data. Then after performing this operation, my job is done. I am just closing the file. Now you all know of a built-in function length. We will use the built-in function length to find the total number of characters in the text file. So length will work on any string variable. So I'm just passing file data into it. So length will give me the total number of characters, which can be considered as total number of bytes. And I'm just printing the total number of bytes here. The value which I have got is 69. So this is the way wherein you can calculate the total size of the file. This can also be achieved by read lines function. Read lines function will copy all the lines in from your text file into a list variable. You can go and iterate over the list variable, record each line length and put it into a variable and update the variable in a loop. That is, the for loop will take care of the updation. So you can do it in any way you want. This is a simple way of finding the total characters in the file, or total bytes in the file, or length of the file. I hope it is pretty much clear. Now we will see how to print the total number of lines. See, if you want to print the total lines, so number of lines, it's very easy. Open it in read mode, call the read lines function. The read lines function will supply all your data in the form of lines in a list. So here, what am I doing? I'm just opening it in read mode, and the read lines function, it is like I am putting all the lines in the line data list variable, and I'm going ahead and closing the file. Then in order to get the total number of lines, we can again use this built-in function length. Okay, built-in function length will work on this list and give the total number of lines. If I run this code, I should get the answer as 3. Simple. Our next problem is to find the size of the file. Size of the file after removing EOL and blank lines will also be recorded in our program. So for this, we will be using the same text file. This is the text file. Calculating the total size of the file is the same as counting the number of characters in the file. The counting of number of characters in the file will give us our byte size. So it is equivalent to finding the length of the text file. and we also want to have a count of the text file or count of the characters after removing the EOL and blank space. Let us see how it will be done. So we will have two variables which will record the size of total size of the file and length after removal of EOL and blank lines. End of line. End of line is usually we will specify it as /n, or any spaces and any white space character we can use as EOL. And blank lines also we will try to remove in this file. First we will open the file in read mode. Then we will use read lines functions. What is read lines function? We will get all the lines of the file in a list variable. That is, lines variable here will hold all the lines of the file. We will iterate through each and every line of the file. Why are we doing that? We need the total size of each line. If we find the size of each line, then we will add on to the existing total size variable, and the end product will be the total size will hold all the count of the characters in the file. So we will be iterating through the lines, that is the list variable, and then we will be adding the length of each line onto the total size variable. So the end total size variable will have the length of the whole text file. Then we will also do one thing. For each line we will try to remove the end of line and blank lines. How will we get this? We will be using strip function. You remember strip function? If we do not provide any arguments in the strip function, what will it do? It will remove the white space character. This EOL and blank lines will fall under the category of white space character. So using this function we can trim off all the end of line and blank lines in our program. So length after removal will be length of the text line after removal of all these white space characters. We will keep adding on to it, and finally we will be getting the total length of the text file after removal of white space characters, that is EOL and blank lines. Here I am printing the total size of the file, size after removing EOL and blank lines. See here, the total size of my file is total size of my file is I'll just interchange this one. Yeah, now it's fine. The total size of the file is 69, and we have how many? 9 end of line and blank lines. As you can see here, we will have 1, 2 and 3 new lines, that is end of line, and some blank lines. So totally there will be there are 9 EOL and blank lines in our program. So this is the way how to remove the blank lines and EOL with the help of strip function. Next we will see a problem wherein we have to count the number of occurrences of a letter A in the text file. That is, how many times does this letter A occur in the file? So we will divide the problem statement into certain steps here. First step needs to be reading of the entire file into Python. After reading the file, we have to go through each and every character, whether to search whether each character is equivalent to A. If each character is equivalent to A, we will just increment the count variable. So these are the 3 steps which we have to take care in our program. So let's see the program. Here I'm having a variable num count which will store the count of how many times A appears in the text file. Then this statement, we are opening the file in the read mode and we are dumping all the contents into a string variable using the read function. See here, what am I doing? All the text file I am converting into lowercase. It may so happen that in the text file we have used mixed cases, that is upper and lower cases. So when I'm reading the file, I'm entirely converting the file contents into only lower case, so that while comparing the character with letter A, I will not be missing out on uppercase characters. So here I have all the file contents read into my file data variable, and I will close the file. I will iterate over each and every character in the file. For that purpose, I have used this for loop. For loop is meant for iteration. Being a string, file data being a string variable, we can directly iterate using this loop variable. It will point to each and every character. Then after, inside the for loop, we have to do the character checking. If the character in the file, the first character in the file is equal to A, then I am incrementing the count variable. This loop variable will advance in each step of the for loop. The first, it will point to the first character, second it will point to the second character, and so on. So when this loop ends, we will be getting the count of the variable A in the text. After running this piece of code, I have got the count to total number of A's in my program as 5. We'll just see, is the count matching with the data. 1, I'm just counting the number of A's. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is matching with the output which I have received. Now we will go forward and see another program wherein we have to replace a certain character in the file with another. For example, we will replace I in place of E in my file. So the same steps will be followed here. We have to read the entire file. We have to, after reading the entire file into Python, we will go through each and every character. If we find anywhere I, we will replace it with E. So it's very simple. It is the same steps which we followed in our earlier program. We will see it once. Here we are reading the entire file into opening the file and reading the entire file into file data, and here I am making sure that I convert everything into uppercase before dumping it into the string variable. After that, I am going ahead and closing my file. Here I have a empty string new data which will store the converted data. Now we will have an iteration over the file data. Why iteration? We have to see each and every character. If the character matches with the letter I, then we have to substitute E in the place of I. That's the reason we are having this piece of code here. In new data, whenever a character is encountered with the letter I, it is replaced with the letter E. And here I have just printed the data for your reference, how it appears to be. If it is not the case, then the data is printed as that. The data is put into the variable as such. If I run through this, you can find whatever is happening character by character. First, the character, I will just open the text file also, and it will help you to understand. The first character is I, so I is replaced with E. You can see it in the first line of output. Then the letter N appears. The N is appended as such. So the second character En, it is appended as such. Third character D is appended as such. Then the fourth character is I, it is replaced with E. And the fifth character is A, it appears as such. So India becomes ENDEA. So by this method, we can go and replace the character wherever I appears with E. And if it is not the case, then we are just appending into the new data string. So after completing this operation, this is how my file will appear to be. If I am printing the data of the file, it will be India is my country, and as you can see from here. Thank you.